What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in to Stock Essentials. Today we're going to be going over Pinterest stock and what options plays I'm going to be playing on this stock. So as we know from earnings last week, July 29th, 30th, they reported earnings, and the earnings was not that bad. As we can check the earnings here, they actually beat estimates by double. Estimated 13 cents per share. Actual was 25 cents per share. So really good earnings. But the reason why they dropped so much was because of the guidance. They were pretty uncertain about the future with all the reopenings happening. They're anticipating a less growth than normal. They're pretty much saying that, hey, because of this pandemic, everyone was flocking on to online platforms, and that is why they saw the huge growth throughout the year from the pandemic, which is certainly true. They definitely have grown quite a bit from the pandemic. However, Pinterest, a lot of people are still using Pinterest, and a lot of people love advertising on Pinterest as well. But before we get started, take a look at the Discord link, patreon.com/marketgains in the description, buy and sell option and stock alerts. And we can see here, one of our alerts was on Pinterest, a $65 call option. We made about $46, 46% per contract, or about $62 per contract. If you buy 100 contracts, you just made $600 there. So a lot of people are talking about Pinterest stock, and now is a really good time to actually get into it. Not only because if it's at a cheap price, but it's kind of remaining flat, which is very good for two particular options, strategies that we will go over in a bit. But let's talk about Pinterest stock for a bit. Reopening economies are hurting the stock, as well as it's a little bit risky because people are pretty uncertain. But I do think that a lot of people still are using Pinterest, as well as advertising are ramping up. Advertisers are ramping up their spending on Pinterest to take advantage of this. So Pinterest stock, it's remaining really flat, and this is a really good way to either sell options or buy long-term calls. In the short term, it's consolidating, and that's a very good way to play options for two particular strategies. Number one is going to be short-term selling options, whether it be credit spreads or selling cash secured puts. You could do something like a $58 cash secured put, sell that, and receive $82 of premium, or you just buy the stock for lower if it drops below your strike price at expiration, which is August 13th. So that's one option. It's selling options. You could also do put credit spreads if you have a smaller account. So what you would do is you would sell the $58 strike, and you would buy the $57 strike right below it. As we can see, we'll receive a total credit, a minimum credit of $26, but we do have to put down a collateral of $100. So this is a pretty good risk ratio, return ratio. Risking around $74 to make $26 of credit, which is about it's about a 26% return in just 1 week. Pretty good for playing on this stock, these options, since Pinterest is consolidating. It's pretty flat lately. Another option is going to be long-term call options. I would recommend anything from January 21, 2022 or later. So if you want to do some leaps, you could do February, June of 2022. Just make sure it's pretty long-term out. You want to do is you're going to go buy calls, and you can take a look at the implied volatility. It's pretty low because the earnings had crushed a lot of these contracts. You could do something like January 21, 2022. It'll cost you a few $100. Implied volatility is pretty low, 50%. Theta decay is pretty low as well. And the best way to play stocks that are in this phase of consolidation is to buy options, because the implied volatility is going to be lower, which equals lower premiums. So that's going to be pretty good for the long term if you're buying long term call options. Now, this is also good for selling options in the short term because it's consolidating. We want the stock, when you're selling options, you want the stock to stay flat. That's going to create some profit for you if you're selling options, because the time is going to decay and eat away the contracts because the stock's not really moving. And during this time of consolidation, it means that both call options as well as put options are going to lose value. So both the call holders and put options are going to lose their trades, which is very good for option sellers and not good for options buyers. So that is the strategies we're going to be using for Pinterest stock. You could even do something like a November 19th. Just make sure your call options are a few months out, just to give yourselves a lot of time while Pinterest exits this consolidation phase. So a November 19th $60 call option is going to cost you only $703. Beta decay isn't that bad at $3 per day. So overall, these are some pretty nice call options that you can do. So that's about it for this video. I'm planning on opening some cash secure puts personally on Pinterest, but you could do some long-term call options or some put credit spreads if you have a smaller account. Those would be the recommended strategies, or just outright buy Pinterest stock. It's at a very low level. It's down around 20% on the week, which is a very good dip to buy if you're bullish on Pinterest. So that's about it for this video. Please leave a like, comment down below what your thoughts are on Pinterest stock, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. It helps out a lot. Thanks for watching.